What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chopper channel, coming to you with a Wednesday edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised of our great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. It's been a fantastic night for me. 5-1 on pitcher props overall. I guess 4-1 technically. 5-1 when you count in the Onyx boost that we ended up getting there. It was beautiful times. Hit a massive parlay there. Over 18.5 outs on Valdez. Over 17.5 outs for Ranger Suarez. And the under 7.5, which scored 1 run. So that was very, very fun to put together. We also got the run line across. Tariq Skubal did not make that boring whatsoever. So we cashed that for the people. The over of Seattle and Minnesota was automatic for everybody involved. Max Muncy, come on, man. Let's get a ball to go yard, though. That would be very fun. But overall, I'm not going to complain. We're going to keep rolling. We're going to stay with the process because it's been working here for well over a month now. And yeah, June's just been a movie. I want to keep it going. And obviously, a lot of new faces in the premium Discord. Come and kick it. Lindy 5, would love to have you. Just $5. I'll talk about that here throughout. But you might know this by now. You might know this. Producer Jacob, no longer here. Again, he is a fantastic human being who's just working on awesome podcasts and in New York and Vegas. And I'm so proud of him. But now I'm left to my own self where I'm producing it. And we're going to figure out some new things as we go along here. But Lindy 5, great time to be alive. That rhymed and didn't even try. Didn't really rhyme with the other ones. But anyway, we've got ourselves a ton of games to talk through. Lots of leans, lots of likes. I'm going to try to keep this one pretty short purely because I know your time is valuable. My time is valuable as well. And we have a lot of MLB games throughout the day on Wednesday. So if you want to get plays from morning till night, because I'm just sitting in this chair and betting, and once in a while I'll go hit golf balls and then I'll come back here and I will be betting more. So we'd love to see you. Lindy 5, just $5 to hang out for a week. Come cash some of those parlays. And when we had the Caitlin Clark free square, we paired with Ohtani home run. That paired out. Fantastic stuff overall. So whether it's pick'em, whether it's betting, whether it's no matter what you do, we got you covered. Lindy 5 at the link below. Cool. Let's talk some leans, shall we? Oh, yeah. I'm starting to get much more efficient at this. We've got ourselves Arizona taking on the White Sox in this one. First game out of the gate. That's a little bit strange to stay here, but Zach Gallen, he's had a brutal year so far. 346 xWOBA, 46.7% hard hit, nearly 12% barrel percentage that we're looking at for the young man, and a 5.60 ERA on top of it. But positive regression due. Also getting out of Arizona, where the roof had been open a lot to start off the season. So whether it's Oakland, the Sacramento ballpark, Tampa Bay ballpark, and the Arizona ballpark, some of these home road splits, I'm trying to factor in a little bit more of what we're dealing with some of these pitchers that they had awful home environments to start off the season. Whereas a lot of other pitchers in, Chicago and Wrigley Field before the wind stuff started showing up, it was wind blowing in and it was awesome pitching weather. We had lots of domes, lots of other things that were going on, be it in Toronto when they would have the roof open, it still wouldn't fly very far. Lots of opportunities, I think, for pitchers to succeed that weren't wearing an Arizona Diamondback uniform. So maybe I talked myself into this one in the first game. And I mean, that's not even the game that I'm looking forward to the most. As for the White Sox side of things, we got Sean Burke, so he's awful. Yeah, I might be able to back Arizona. I would like to see that lineup, though, first, because last game of these series, as you go Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, Josh Naylor gets scratched. I would like to see him back in that lineup, although Corbin Carroll going to be on the IL there with that hand injury. You knew it was bad when he didn't show up for a couple days. The game of the morning window. What time does that start? Just so everybody knows, 2:10 Eastern time, 11:10 a.m. on the West Coast. Paul Skeens versus our GOAT. Cashes both of his first outings, Jacob Mizorowski. Now, I thought his stuff was going to be electric right from the get-go, and that was correct. That was nice. Didn't end up laddering anything on him. I think he had like 1 rung extra on the ladder there. Got up to 6 strikeouts last time against my Twins, but I told my parents before they went to the game, you're not going to like what you see from the Twins offense, and he made Willie Castro make a swing that still will be talked about from now until the end of time. Put that on the old retirement reel when Willie Castro's done, although he's had a pretty good year, way better year than what you could have expected from my Twins, who are just finding new and impressive ways to lose baseball games like they did today. Hey, at least we hit that over. Let's just say Paul Skeens. I mean, Pittsburgh money line. I'm still going to trust that one a little bit more. O'Neal Cruz ends up leaving that game early. Another lineup card that I want to see on both sides of it. But a Miz K ladder, He is just electric. 103 on the gun, basically. I mean, just the sinker ball is so unbelievable. Kind of want to back him in some capacity, but Pittsburgh money line, the preferred side, because Skeens feels undervalued in that spot, but not enough to bet it yet. We got Mackenzie Gore back in San Diego. And yeah, you could flip these graphics. I apologize for that. That's my fault because, yeah, the White Sox, Milwaukee Brewers, Washington Nationals. Hey, you know what? I'm not perfect. Sorry, I can't be perfect. It's connected to my Yeti the entire time, but now it's connected to my microphone. Hopefully I sound better, especially after that squealing noise I just made. Anyway, Mackenzie Gore, last time he was here, I ended up having a lock last year, and I'm still kind of not over it. He had a 3-run lead going into the 5th. It was a first 5 lock, and first 5 market hasn't been on the card a lot lately for a couple of reasons. One, some of these numbers are starting to get wonkier. Before, it was a way of being able to trim some vig, and then also taking advantage of starting pitcher mismatches, and hasn't really been the case in the markets here lately. That's just my opinion. And Nick Pivetta definitely has some warts. We're starting to see that barrel percentage climb. 12.1% for him now. He's always given up hard contact. 444 expected slugging this season is not great. 20-degree launch angle. And this Washington offense is sneaky naughty. But Mackenzie Gore, 32.4% K rate. Same thing, Nick Pivetta, 26.8% K rate. Both of them are going to find strikeouts in this one. I think Gore 6, maybe 7. Oh, there's going to be something interesting to mine out of that one. O'Hearn, oh God mode, purely because we don't know the starting pitchers. I think there's a couple of assumptions we can make on who it won't be. Kumar Rocker should be sent to the shadow realm, never to be heard from again. But I do think Ryan O'Hearn, playing for a job outside of Baltimore, Cedric Mullins also on the block. So pay attention to those two as we get closer and closer into the trade deadline talks. Ryan O'Hearn's been unbelievable, hitting well over 300, has the power, has the responsibility. They end up having just a ridiculous game script today against the Texas Rangers. They were getting no hit going into the 7th, and then they go for a bunch of homers, and then they still lose 6-5. Kind of a brutal loss there. People are saying in Baltimore, oh, don't sell. I don't know what you're supposed to do with some of those contracts, especially with owners that don't really want to be spending. That's kind of the bummer of baseball is you're as good as what your market and your ownership will allow you to be. And some teams like in LA and New York can spend a lot because they're going to make a lot. Still a business, but also it's a novelty item if you're a billionaire, right? That's what I want to believe, but some of them care about the profits. They should, but also give me a damn good team. Minnesota one time. Max Scherzer, over 2.5 earned runs. I'm looking at some of the weather. It's not as appealing. I said that coming into yesterday, that being Tuesday. I didn't think we were going to see as many long balls as what we saw over the weekend, and then into Monday where the ball was just flying. Temperatures coming down a little bit here, but Cleveland, Northeast, still drink your water. And Max Scherzer, I really don't know what to make of his first start, but it's the same reason that I looked at that rookie there for Cincy who looked ridiculous. 6 strikeouts in his first 2 innings, but then still hit the over of 2.5 earned runs that I was looking at. Didn't end up pulling the trigger. It was extremely heavily juiced. And then I think it flipped to 3.5 at the very tail end of the day. I'd have to double check. But Max Scherzer against Cleveland, I don't know what kind of stuff we're going to get from him right from the get-go. It's been a very long time. It's been a long day. That's you, my friend. Fast and the Furious for all the people. But Cleveland, just to cover it on that side, Gavin Williams, not a great strikeout match for him against Toronto. I do think that hard hit profile might be looking at Springer Dinger. Somebody in the comment section asked me about that. And of course, I didn't add it to my card, but I gave him the stamp of approval. It had like 20 cents or something that I was like, generally, I'm not going to bet all of those homers. Otherwise, I'd have like 80 homers on the card. And that's not how I do things. I like to be a little bit more selective than most, unless I'm putting round robins together, which it's been a while. We've had 1 round robin this year in the premium Discord, Nick Cash, so I should probably do another. Probably missed the boat from this weekend. Ooh, oh, yeah, there you go. That's my wife. I love my wife. We've got Ronald Acuna, 2+ bases. He is a bad human, I think. He decided not to cash that for me today, so that was brutal. 0 for 3. Had a couple walks. It's kind of the story of a lot of guys. Alejandro Kirk ended up as a home run play for me, got walked at the very tail end of that one, and Springer hits a home run next at bat. You had Abrams in a really good spot. He gets walked, ends up being Wood. He gets walked too, to bring in a run there early on, and that game is ongoing right now. So Abrams ended up on the card. Lindy's long balls. If you're not checking out that short every single Monday through Friday, actually it's basically every day of the week now too, because I'm doing it Saturdays. But Acuna 2+ bases. It's bad starting pitching. It's going to get better for the Mets. It will. But Grant Holmes, Clay Holmes. Grant Holmes is on Atlanta. This is Didier Fuentes. He's the young and he's giving up really hard contact. 6'11" expected slug game. I'm not feeling good about him in this ballpark against these lefties. Oh boy, oh boy. Best of luck to him. We'll see how he fares. Let's finish out the leans, shall we? I'm taking a little bit longer than normal here on these, I suppose. Said I was going to be quick with these. Whatever. Anthony Volpe, home run. We're in Cincinnati. He has been the great white hope for us here this season, and I don't know what to make of this ballpark in terms of dimensions relative to... Oh, yeah, I do. I know exactly how to make it because it's readily available on Baseball Savant for anybody who gives a shit and actually researches this day in, day out. Had somebody try to bring up stuff about lefty power does not play up in Cleveland. Yes, it sure does. You know how I know? Because we have so much data available in baseball. That's why I'm pretty good at this come this time of year. But Max Fried taking on Brady Singer. Brady Singer, he's working late because he's Brady Singer. 347 xWOBA, 16-degree launch angle. Everything looks ripe. Only 2 home runs allowed over to righties over the course of the season. Obviously been giving it up far more to lefties. Why don't you let me hit that? That'd be nice. No Diddy. Seattle Mariners taking on the Twins over 7.5. Not going to end up on the card this time around. If there's one pitcher that I'm going to give a little bit of grace to on my Minnesota staff over the course of this season, it's Joe Ryan. And George Kirby, I know the results have not been good. It's kind of like the pendulum swung the other direction where I'm like buying into George Kirby a little bit more than the public is with some of these numbers. 25% K rate is much higher than what I would expect for a George Kirby, and the hard hit has not been pretty, but you know what has been? His overall profile lately, and he's been undervalued. So I don't know, but the over 7.5, I'm just not going to dabble with it. I think these are 2 pitchers that should be effective enough, and it's not as good of hitting weather as what it's been here the last couple and Tuesday. Couldn't have been an easier cash on that over. 6-5, of course, my Twins suck and finish it out. Alec Burleson, he ended up on the card as a home run play. First time all year. Don't think he hit a home run, so that's a bummer, but everybody else did. Mason Wynn goes yard. Who else did I see? Nolan Gorman goes yard. There's one more that I'm missing here. Not Brendan Donovan, Mason Wynn, Nolan Gorman. Oh, Lars Neutball goes yard as well. But Burleson, 2+ bases. I liked his bats. I don't regret that whatsoever. I brought him up as a lean a bunch. And I finally took the dip, so obviously a quarter unit lost, I'll live. But just pay attention to some of the weather there. It's getting hot, humid in St. Louis. Ball's been flying a lot more down there, and I brought that up multiple times on the show. Just wish I picked the right St. Louis Cardinal. Eric Fetty, he's atrocious on the St. Louis side too, so the Cubs look fully operational as a Death Star. Rounding it out, we got Logan Webb on the mound. Is it going to be 20.5 outs? Is that going to be where his number opens? It's not going to open 21.5. That's just not possible. And 18.5 is usually the prevailing number you're getting on him. And I had somebody, my guy Dracula Jones, he always asks, Eric, you don't really go into the outs? Well, I had 2 of them in a single game parlay that hit today for everybody. We cashed that for the Philly-Houston one. That had 2 outs attached to it. Suarez, that came from Maton and myself. I really liked Valdez in that spot over 18.5 outs and played it individually as well. But Webb, 20.5 outs, I'm paying close attention to it. I'm also going to be paying close attention to the premium Discord as I should. I mean, shit, you guys are paying there to be there with me. I'm going to give you the best data and the best plays that I possibly can every single day. And if you enjoy my analysis on this show, I guarantee you're going to enjoy my typing, I suppose it is. I have character. I'm funny from time to time. In my own head. But anyway, we have an awesome community. I love a lot of the new people. Yes, Connor 19, even you silly Sally, firing up 94 home run bets a day, posting them after the fact. I want to see the card ahead of time one of these times. A lot of you don't know what I'm talking about. Everybody in the premium Discord knows what I'm talking about. But Lindy 5, we still love you, Connor 19, my guy, my absolute dude. $5 for your first week. Lindy 5, would love to see you guys there tomorrow. Alrighty. Let's get to some play, shall we? The likes. Oh, I almost hit that one. Perfect. Almost hit the cue. Also, I hope the music sounds better to everybody today. Hopefully you can hear it. This is just the tune that struck it's called Night Driving. It's beautiful. It's got some nice energy to it. doing this at 10:50 Eastern time. Like, yeah, I'm going to enjoy myself. Anyway, Boston. Oh, that sounded masturbatory. Boston taking on the Angels. And boy, this was an interesting one with Garrett Crochet and Tyler Anderson. Mr. Anderson on the mound. Watched a little bit of that early on. And pitcher's duel. Absolute pitcher's duel. Boston's up 1-0 there in the middle of that one in the 5th inning, I think it was. Haven't checked in on it here recently, but just want to point out a couple of things. One, I haven't seen the bullpens because it hasn't occurred yet. And that's obviously something I'm going to skew a little bit here and there. But when it's a mismatch already, and I really do not like Richard Fitts. I'm having fits trying to figure out what the books are looking at with Richard Fitts. Pete Crow Armstrong following the Cubs loss. I didn't do a good job of playing the game of baseball today. Okay, well, thank you, Pete Crow Armstrong. It's okay. You've made us a lot of money, and I didn't bet you today. So that's useful. So I caught a ball and just totally forgot that the inning was still going on. Young kids. He's going to make so much money. It doesn't matter. But we are very much on the Angels side of this one. You say Kikuchi, I say Kakachi, and I'm hoping he spins an absolute gem in the afternoon. It's 1 o'clock in Anaheim when this game starts local. So yeah, 4 Eastern time. I don't see a planet where we shouldn't be on the Angels money line. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to keep ourselves moving. Athletics taking on Detroit. You know what's fun is I could actually just click these buttons and fly through them. I could go boom, 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 tough actin', tenactin', especially if I'm being yelled at or being told what to do. Oh no, my wife needs help with something like unloading the dishwasher. I love her so much. The Athletics taking on the Detroit Tigers, and this one has some intricacies. First off, Tariq Skubal, don't give me heart attacks like that. Secondly, it is hot as balls in Detroit tomorrow. Absolute balls. Sweat drop down your balls. All these bitches crawl. Skeet, skeet, mother trucker. We've got so much heat coming that way. There's going to be a golf tournament there this weekend. I started breaking some of that down. Usually just tailing, not posting a lot of my golf plays. Did cash the pick 6 card for everybody in premium Discord. Last major for the U.S. Open. You don't care? Awesome. I don't either. Over 8.5. I do care because it was my money, but over 8.5 is definitely the optimal way of playing this one. Jacob Lopez, 4 kids, and I got to take all of that ass to showbiz. 10% walk rate. Left on left. Going to help him out a little bit, neutralizing some of these guys, but you'll look at his splits. 1.55 whip against righties. And this is just one of those teams on the Tigers that can flip it up, flip it down, turnstile, and there's a lot of real estate. Jahmai Jones should be leading off in this lineup. You've got Wenzel Perez, who made a couple of spectacular defensive plays. I went back and watched. People were talking about that in the Discord. Spencer Torkelson, and yes, even the lefties, Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green, they don't suck. So Jacob Lopez, he's going to bring that strikeout rate, but I think the hard hit and the extreme fly ball contact definitely have some worrisome metrics in this ballpark. As for Jack Flaherty, I don't really trust what I'm looking at with him over the course of this season. I don't know what to make of his time, rental he had with the Dodgers last season and then going back to Detroit and getting hit up early, but 4.83 ERA, the 28.4% K rate is in line with right around 29.9% last season, but the knuckle curve, I want to highlight this because last season it was unhittable, 164 batting average. It's still around 174 batting average this season, but the usage on it is up. And I do get worried that as it becomes like a primary offering for him, it's not going to be as effective. Now, there's some push and pull that goes into that. He has a 44.3% whiff percentage on the pitch, but the four-seamer is really what I want to highlight because he throws it nearly 50% of the time, and it's just bad. 551 expected slugging, 279 expected batting average. There's actually negative regression due for him on his primary offering. I think both offenses bring a little bit of something in 95 degrees, I think. Oh boy, it's going to be a hot one. It's going to be a hot one, like sediments from the midday sun. Next game, Tampa Bay, Kansas City. And do I want to keep this under 22 minutes? I think I do. So hit that like button as we keep it cruising. Man, he's going to cruise. That's what's in. That was the worst song that I've ever heard in my entire life. Real ones know what I'm talking about. Woof. Couldn't cheer for the Padres after those dudes. You live in San Diego. Chill out. Drew Rasmussen. I'm a little bit mad because I thought Taj Bradley was very sneaky from a DFS perspective. I didn't end up playing anything with him. Didn't end up firing anything that had to do with Taj Bradley or the Tampa Bay Rays in that spot. I'm coming back for a little revenge. I don't agree with this opening number, and I think we're going to actually potentially get plus money on this prop that I want to throw out there. It's Drew Rasmussen, who has some of his warts against lefties, but I want to highlight that it's basically Jack Caglione, who's just a young prospect, and Vinny Pasquantino that I have to worry about from the left side. Otherwise, Drew Rasmussen has a 2.61 ERA. He has a 3.53 expected ERA, and his splits, friends, 1.21 whip to lefties, those two lefties I brought up, the only ones I'm concerned about in Kansas City's lineup. He has a 0.76 whip against righties, and that's like equal innings pitched to each side, 39 innings pitched and 39 2/3. Friends, give me Drew Rasmussen under 2.5 earned runs. Yes, it's a hot and humid wind blowing out there in Kaufman as well. But as long as the weather feels good, and obviously if it wants to come in and just have a pop-up storm while his outing's going on, I'm fine with that too, because you get to cash those unders as long as that game finishes up. So that would make me very happy. This would also make me happy running back the absolute pitcher's gem. Now, these pitchers are not the same as Ranger Suarez and Framber Valdez, who I was pretty confident that under looked great. Again, that single game parlay couldn't have been happier with what Eitan Chander and myself put together for the people. But we don't exactly have dunce caps going out here. We have another lefty in Colton Gordon, who I kind of like the stuff as he's getting acclimated at the big league level. Four-seamer, sinker, curve. I didn't know how some of the pitch mix was going to play at the big league level, and there's some righties you have to be concerned about in Castellanos and Bohm, but relative to other big leaguers, do I think they're that much better? I mean, no, I really don't. You add in the sweeper sinker combination that we're getting off of that fastball variant, and it's going to get better. Both of those pitches have to get better. Otherwise, he's going to be a problem at the big league level. But 22% K rate, pretty serviceable. Needs to bring the barrels down. But Zach Wheeler on the other side for the Phillies, 322 expected slugging, 196 expected batting average. My data loves the under yet again. So I'm just going to play this for a half unit this time around, under 7.5. In fact, I already posted to Premium Discord, already showed the bet slip. So let's round out our lovely program with the Dodgers and the Rockies. So now we're going back to Coors Field. Shohei Ohtani hit an absolute rocket tonight. That was useful for the prize picks people, for the pick'em people with the Caitlin free square. But let's take one look at Yamamoto, just because I don't know exactly what's going on, but I'm concerned. Yamamoto isn't 100% as of right now. Don't worry, we're not going to be picking on him by any means with these Rockies and their K rate, second highest there against highest against right-handed pitching on the season, second highest in baseball behind the Angels. But the velo's down 0.5 mile per hour, and it's just kind of stayed there. And the braking velocity is down 1.5 miles per hour, and it's just kind of stayed there. It's year over year. Last season, we had injuries too. I mean, if it's a Dodger pitcher, you know that they have injuries, so just kind of accept that. But I definitely am worried about Yamamoto going forward. I would entertain Colorado plus 265 to some extent. Like, I actually think they're a live dog in this spot. Now, the Dodgers just beat up on them there on Tuesday, as you might expect. The Dodgers are kind of expected to do that. But I think Max Muncy is the guy we want to run back. We've got ourselves Dollander on the mound, and this guy gives up not crazy high ball contact, right around 11, 12 degree launch angle, but he's not very good. And he's still working through some things, not like personally, but like as a pitcher. 14.7% barrel percentage. He's got a 1 fastball grade. Like, we're talking as bad as a fastball can look, and it's what he throws 50% of the time. I like it even more than I liked it on Tuesday, and it made your card. I love it here on Wednesday. If he doesn't go yard today, well, that being Tuesday, so be it. It's finished. The game's finishing up. Wednesday, you still make profit on him, betting him yet again, as long as you're keeping the same unit allocation. So Max Muncy, 2-homer, my favorite play in the long ball category. And there will be Lindy's long balls, the short here on the Odd Chopper YouTube channel as well. Once again, Premium Discord, $5. I just wanted to move my camera. Oh no, I'm naked. That's the wrong one. And that does it for another edition of MLB Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know how you thought the music sounded tonight. Making sure that I have the right level. Again, new producing stuff on my end, self-production. It's a trip, friends. It's a trip. I'm going to get better. I promise I'm going to get better. Might even add some effects. Again, iMovie is ridiculous. Maybe Adobe. We're going to be working some kinks out. And I love some kinks. Anyway, Lindy 5, that's the Premium Discord down below. Another day in the books, another profitable day in the Premium Discord and on this video. Feel really good about the plays going forward. Let's keep the momentum going. It's been an awesome month. Green across the board. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets here on Wednesday. Hope day.